Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new. My name is Nastasia, and today I'm doing another one of those kind of like dating advice videos, like that realm of my channel. I know you guys really like these, and it makes sense to me because when I'm married, I'm married now, but when I wasn't married and before I had met my husband, I was constantly looking for some advice about dating and relationships and all that, but I wanted it to be from a Christian perspective because a lot of the stuff you will look up or whatever, it's from like 17 magazine or GQ or something like that, which are not reliable sources for wholesome advice when it comes to Christian dating and relationships. And so it was really hard for me to ever really find stuff that I was like, okay, this actually helps me. So I would look on YouTube and stuff, and I did find some, but I knew that I really wanted to make it my goal to one day, especially when I had become a wife and all that, that I could give some sound advice. So you didn't really probably ask to hear all that, but that is kind of my reasoning behind this. Today I'm talking about kind of like the advice I wish I would have gotten when I was like in the dating stages of my life, or like I had a crush on a guy or something like that. The struggles I went through and how I navigated them clumsily and what I wish I would have known. So if you end up liking this video, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'm getting all tongue-tied. Subscribe to my channel so you never miss out on a video every time I post. My Instagram is right here so you can see all the behind the scenes of my life. And today's video is sponsored by Perfect Supplements. I will be talking about them a little bit later, but I absolutely love them and they have changed my health for the better. Love, love, love. So, oh, and my Christian clothing shop, Nolia, will be down below as well. I have some new things coming to that too, so that's exciting. All right, let's get into it. Also, I hope you guys like my plant. This is my tree. I named him Roberto for no reason other than I just liked it. It fit. He is a Roberto. Big fan. Anyway, I was literally just thinking about this today. Out of nowhere, probably the shower or something, when all those thoughts just come to us, you know what I mean? But I was thinking about all the different times that I was, like, this is way before I met my husband, but I was in different like dating seasons of my life at college or whatnot, and things that were really hard on me that I remember thinking, how do people do this? Like, I hate dating. I am not somebody who could ever just like date around, or that was never me. I was never somebody who could just like play the field or go on lots of different dates with lots of different guys. That wasn't who I was. I tend to be more of an emotional person, and I like getting to know people deeply, and so it was hard for me to just shut it off, turn it on, shut it off, turn it on, all that stuff. And so I didn't really enjoy dating. I didn't enjoy the dating process, especially in the very beginning of dating somebody. It wasn't fun for me. It wasn't like, people would just be like, just don't stress, just have fun. And it's like, how do you just like do that? Especially when it's mixed with, you know, abandonment issues and trust issues, and you know, you don't want to give away your heart. You want to guard your heart, because that's what the Bible calls us to do. But at the same time, you don't want to be like a brick wall and not let anybody in. You want to trust God in that way. So navigating all of that is honestly really hard. Like, it's not a fun time. I was straight up not having a good time. This was different when it came to dating my husband, and I can touch on that a little bit later. But I mostly wanted to address like 3 or so kind of issues that I came in contact with when I was dating, or in the beginning dating stages with somebody. And again, this doesn't actually really have to do with the person, it more has to do with you and addressing those. So the first one I'm going to address is being worried that they're going to pick another girl over you. So this is in usually the beginning stages of dating. Maybe you like somebody, maybe you're talking or whatever, but nothing is exclusive yet and nothing is set in stone necessarily. but you know, your heart always drops a little bit when you see them talking to a really pretty girl or something like that. And if you're anything like I was, the first thing you do is immediately you're like, not a fan of that girl, man. I do not like that girl. And that's the first thing that gets in your head is like, you know, who does she think she is or whatnot? And then after that is shame. So it's usually bitterness and then shame. You feel bitter or resentful towards her for just even existing and talking to that guy that you like. Or, well, and then after that, usually it's the shame of, I'm not good enough. He's gonna like her better. Look how pretty she is. Look at this, look at this, look at this. He doesn't want me. No one wants me. And then you spiral. If you've never gone through that, you're probably thinking like, whoa, girl, chill. But if you are anything like how I was and thinking that, you're like, yes, that's exactly how I feel. And it is crippling sometimes, because you go through this feeling of like bitterness, and then you go through to like desperation of like wanting him or whatever, and then you go to this place of, you know what, I don't even care, and just like shut off, stone cold, like doesn't care about anything, hard as rocks kind of personality. And I want to tell you in the most encouraging way I can, none of those three options are glorifying to the Lord or fruitful for you. Like, they're not going to be good for you. So I don't say that to be like, wow, you're a bad person for feeling that way. It's pretty natural for you to feel that way as a human, but it's not actually going to help you. So something that I wish somebody would have told me, and I had to learn myself, actually, a little story. I was at the gym in college. I think it was like my senior year of college or something like that. And I was single, but I also, I think it was like, this was years and years before I met Kai, my husband. I think I liked this guy or had a crush on this guy or something like, I genuinely, because I love my husband so much, I can't even remember who the guy was. That, like, truly, this is just for story purposes. But I think I liked a guy or something like that. And I remember being at the gym, and I think it was like I either saw an Instagram picture of him with this other girl or saw him at the gym with another girl. I don't remember what it was exactly, but it was something that I went straight to that bitterness and then shame feeling, and then immediately, I think it was the Holy Spirit personally, because I don't think I was this smart to actually think this on my own, was this feeling of like, just let it go. Like, who cares? If he doesn't want to be with you and wants to be with her instead, that is no reflection of you. That is a reflection of you guys are not meant to be together. Or it's the Lord protecting you from something, or, you know, something else. But that weight is not on your shoulders. You, especially as the woman, you are not called to be fighting for a man to love you, because a man already loves you. It's Jesus. And you didn't fight for that either. He fought for you. And so just that feeling of, as women, we tend to want to take control. That's from the fall. Men, when they're in their, you know, acting out in their flesh, they tend to be more passive and weak and not step up to the plate. And in turn, we are like, fine, I will take control. And so both of us go the opposite sides of what our role actually is. And so a lot of times in our flesh, ladies, we will want to just take control and make the first move or pursue or do this or whatever. And, or, you know, in desperation, fight for that man to love us instead. And again, this is just talking dating. Marriage is kind of a little bit different, and I can touch on that another time, but we're just talking dating right now. And I just want to encourage you that that's not your job, nor is it your place to desperately paw for a guy to want you over another girl. And going along with this, I want to tie in my next kind of fear that I would have is the idea of, let's say you are dating somebody, maybe it's even exclusive or something like that, and feeling like, what if he cheats on me? Or what if he flirts with another girl and I don't know it? Or this or that or whatever. And feeling like you almost have to like prevent that from happening. And I'm telling you this right now, that's not your sin to prevent. If a man chooses to cheat on you or be just unfaithful to you in any way like that, there's nothing you can do to prevent that, and that is his responsibility to prevent. And I also want to say this to you. I have seen situations where somebody will get cheated on and they will choose to stay in the relationship, or they'll break up and get back together or whatever, and it does work out. I've seen that happen. So I know that can be the case. However, what I will say is a lot of times, I would say 95% of the time, if he's going to cheat on you when you're dating, he will cheat on you if you got married. And marriage is a different ballgame. It's very different. You can't just up and leave marriage, like biblically speaking. Again, this is from a Christian perspective. But when you're dating, you know, what I had to learn the hard way was I had to tell myself, Stas, if he cheats on you, you can leave. That's not your sin to bear, not your shame to bear by any means, and tells a lot more about him than it does about you. Actually, it says nothing about you. It says everything about him. And that's something I want to encourage you guys with that too. Like, that fear, you don't have to have that fear. And I'm talking from the perspective of, like, I struggle with fear daily, okay? So I'm not saying, like, how could you even be afraid? Like, whatever, like, sorry, there's a fly. I get how you could be afraid. But I want you to remind yourself it is not worth the fear. It's not worth the fear of, what if I'm not enough and he chooses somebody else? Not worth it. Worst comes to worst, if he chose somebody else, okay. He chose somebody else. If he could choose somebody else over you now, he would choose somebody else over you later too. It is better to happen in the beginning and for you to know then. And I also want to tell you too, like, sometimes people are just not meant to be together, okay? And I know that's really, really hard, because that was a gut punch to me before I had met my husband. And I would have these crushes or something like that on different guys. And I was just like, how though? Why don't they want to be with me? Why don't they want to? And sometimes you're just not meant to be together. Sometimes the Lord's protecting you from somebody, or protecting you for someone else, aka my now husband. And it is okay to be sad. It is okay if something doesn't work out for you to mourn that. That is totally all right. But it is also totally okay that it didn't work out in this dating sphere that we're looking at. Again, if somebody cheats on you, I want you to know my heart goes out to you. It's not like it's like oh, okay, easy, dump him. No, like, that is really, really hard. And even though personally, if it came to my friends, I would say dump him. Again, in a dating relationship context, it is a little bit different. My perspective is different when it comes to marriage. But I would say, okay, you should go. That doesn't mean though that it isn't incredibly painful. I've personally never been cheated on from my perspective. Well, I say my perspective because I could have been cheated on and never told about it, and I'm okay with that. I don't need to know. I still, though, I can't imagine the pain in that. So my heart does go out to you, but it's not a fear worth having, because you could be afraid the entire relationship of him cheating on you, and then you clutch it so hard and you don't trust him, and you don't let anything go, that, well, even if he does cheat on you, well, what are you gonna say? Like, I knew it, I was right. Okay, congratulations, you were miserable the entire time because you were worried about it, and your fear came true. Okay, you won, like, you were right, or you could say, well, I'm not gonna worry about it, and even if he does cheat on you, it is okay, because God is good. And if you are a child of God, he has your best interest at heart and he is protecting you. The worst part that can happen is you can be so obsessed with the idea of being afraid that they're gonna cheat on you that you squeeze them so hard that they're like, I can't do this. You don't trust me at all. You don't trust the Lord at all with protecting this relationship. Like, I can't be like this if you're gonna, you know, not trust anything I do. That fear isn't worth it. And then the third fear that I wanted to establish too, which kind of goes a little bit into the first thing I was thinking, is more of the abandonment fear of like, what if one day he wakes up and doesn't love me anymore? What if he just doesn't want to be with me anymore? And you are like preaching to the choir because, again, not my husband. I have the best husband, I think, in the entire planet, I'm convinced. But with some other guys that I had dated, I am not kidding when I say I think four of them all out of nowhere just told me everything was going great, and then one day they were like, I think we should break up, and I was like, why? And they're like, the feelings completely left. And it was one of those things that they were telling me before, like, I want to marry you one day, you're perfect for me, you're, you know, the best, all this stuff. And they would tell me, you know, I don't know what happened, the feelings just went away, I don't feel that anymore, you didn't do anything wrong, you're perfect, you're just not it for me. And that crushed me. But now I look back and I see that the Lord literally took their feelings away for me. He literally hardened their hearts towards me, as a protection for me, and also a protection probably for their future wives too, that we just weren't meant to be together. And that is okay. But I get it. I'm saying that because I get it, because I did hear that abandonment thing out of nowhere for no reason. I didn't do anything wrong, and it just was done. And that can be really scary, but I think the biggest thing that I had to accept was, and I learned this just in time to meet my husband, I'm not gonna lie, I learned this just in time, was if that happens, I will still be okay. I have Jesus, and he is my plan A, not my plan B. And if somebody doesn't want me, that is their decision. Jesus wants me. And I know that's cheesy to hear and like, yeah, easier said than done. I get that. But when you really sit in that and you ask God to really like press that upon your heart, it really does change everything. When you realize you have no control, it is weirdly freeing. When you realize you have no control over what a man does to, you know, let you down or whatnot, or if he cares about you or will one day wake up not caring about you, that none of that is actually in your control, it feels a lot lighter. Because it's like, you know what, I can't do anything anyway. Like, I can't prevent him from doing this. I can't make him love me. I can't, you know what I mean? Then it's like, well, I might as well just trust God and enjoy this while I'm here. And there is a place for guarding your heart. I can go into that probably in another video, but, you know, still be wise in how much you let him in or not. But at the same time, you don't have to be afraid of being emotionally vulnerable if you're dating somebody, because the Lord still protects you, you know? It's okay, and you don't ever have to be embarrassed either about getting heartbroken. I think a lot of girls feel that way, that they're like, I feel so stupid. And I have been there too in the past. Like, I feel so dumb. How could I have thought he was it? How could I have thought that this was going good? How could I have thought that he actually cared about me? Like, I feel so dumb. You have no reason to feel stupid. It is okay. It is okay. Like, it's okay that some things just don't work out, and you don't have to feel shame from that. It's okay. It's okay to be let down. I know that's not the goal, but a lot of times it's necessary, and the Lord teaches us so much. And honestly, if I got dumped as many times as I did just to be able to help somebody here, totally worth it to me. It's okay to go through that pain of a breakup in the past and be like, you know what, one day this isn't gonna hurt anymore at all. It's okay if it hurts right now, but one day it won't hurt anymore. So anyway, I hope that encourages you guys a little bit in like the 3 kind of lies that I was always fighting and the fears I was fighting when it came to dating, for my years of dating that I went through. Let me know, but first, please don't leave. I want to talk about something really quick. Okay, like I said earlier, Perfect Supplements is sponsoring today's video. They have been sponsoring a few that I have recently released, and then a couple more after this one too. In each video, I am talking about a different kind of supplement I have tried from them and why I love it. And today I'm talking about magnesium. And fun fact, they didn't even send this product to me. I bought it with my own money like a week and a half ago, because I was like, I just need this, and I just didn't want to bother them. They probably would have sent it to me, but I just don't want to bother them. I just bought it. It's Magnesium Citrate, and it's all natural. So fun fact, magnesium is actually so important for our bodies, and most people, like almost everybody on the planet, does not get enough magnesium in their diet nowadays. It is essential for your mood, for just like the regulation of your mood and how you feel. So stress, it's been known to be, I think, like the anti-stress mineral. It helps with stress. It helps with, for me, it helps with my depression and my anxiety. And I'm not just blowing smoke, like it actually, I already knew magnesium worked really, really well for me. A few years ago, I was taking magnesium. The funny thing is, I wasn't even taking a perfect version of it. Like, it was not a great version of it. And it still did wonders for my body. This is perfect, all natural magnesium citrate, and it is chef's kiss good. I started taking it about a week and a half ago, and I'm not just saying this. I would never just say this because I know how important mental health is. From where I'm coming from with this, I genuinely have noticed a huge difference in like this week in my anxiety and depression. I'm gonna just read a little bit about this. Magnesium, oh, it's really good for energy too. This talks about it. Magnesium is critical for enzyme function and energy production. Perfect magnesium is produced through an all-natural fermentation process yielding high elemental magnesium content and exceptional solubility. It's high bioavailable, and it's an organic form of magnesium. So you really want a magnesium that is highly bioavailable, or else your body will only absorb a couple percentages of it, like 4% versus the 100% that you're taking. So the 2 top ways that I have seen that are the most bioavailable of magnesium is my magnesium bicarbonate, which I think I've shown you guys before. I did have that, and then magnesium citrate. So I had magnesium bicarbonate, but it can be really expensive. It's a liquid form, and it is really, really good. Like, if you have that, take that. It's really good. It just is like $60 for a bottle, and we're not in that place to do that. And then I started researching this, and I figured out that this is actually just as good from my research. And I think this was like, you'll have to check the website. I think it was like $20 or $25. I could be wrong. But it has 180 capsules in it. And you take 1 to 3 a day, depending on how much magnesium you need and stuff like that. It also, for me at least, I have seen that it has helped my regularity, going to the restroom a lot, which is a big part of detoxing. You want to be going to the restroom very regularly, which is also a big part of energy and all this. Literally, guys, get magnesium. Like, it is so important. I have a code for you guys. It is STAS10 to get 10% off your entire order of anything you get from them. They also do volume discounts. So if you stack, like if you want multiple supplements, I believe you get a discount overall, and then you can also stack my 10% discount on top of that too. I really, really love it, and it's incredible. Oh, if you're wondering at all, it is, you get 82% of your daily value of magnesium from 3 capsules of this. It is 346 milligrams. So love it so much. I bought it with my own money, and it's amazing. Check them out down below. And yeah, Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I genuinely appreciate it, and I love you so, so much. Your support means everything to me and my husband. And I will see you guys soon. I love you so much. Bye, guys.